Hello, hello, hello. It is April 20th, 12:09 a.m. Well, I'm going to start doing my recordings early in the morning where I don't have any distractions. So, today I'm going to talk about 4 things nurses hate that CCHT technicians do. And I'm going to make a follow-up video about things that CCHT techs hate that nurses do. All right? So, let's get into it. Number 1, unprofessional / patient care / conduct. All right? So, I have seen it where some techs are super rude to patients. They may have a bad attitude. The area is a mess, or they are evil. I'm not talking about like a little evil. I'm talking about serious evil towards the patient as well as to the staff. And sometimes I even wonder, how are they still working? I don't get it. But these are some of the things that make it hard for nurses to work with CCHT techs. Number 2, leaving patient charts unfinished. Clocking out, getting in the car, riding home, and the charts are not closed. That is what really ticks off a nurse, okay? I have seen it where some nurses try to contact the tech whose chart was still open, who did not sign off on their patient's chart, and sometimes they cannot reach the tech to tell them to come back and sign it, and it makes it really crazy for everyone because that shift needs to be closed, and sometimes the shift for the day cannot be closed because all of the charts aren't closed and completed. So that's a pet peeve right there. Number 3, suddenly disappearing during turnover or in general. All right. I have seen it where some techs just disappear and, you don't know where they went, and they won't even tell you, if it was an emergency or if they're taking another break or what's going on. And this situation doesn't only make it bad for nurses, but it also makes it bad for the fellow techs, because I know for one, I found myself having to take off the patience of, those techs that suddenly disappear without telling you anything. And then they come back like an hour later and you're like, what happened? Oh, I had to do this and I had to do that. And it's not even an emergency. You know what I'm saying? So I have seen this situation happen with my own eyes. Number 4, bullying nurses into doing the wrong thing. So a bully tech, okay? That is another thing that nurses hate, okay? Anybody hates. But I have seen it where there are techs that have so many years under their belt, right? So how they talk to certain nurses and nurses even from different countries is really crazy. You know what I'm saying? And because those new nurses may not have enough experience in dialysis, they may not know, how to really put their foot down. And I have seen it where a tech would be like, you know what? You're in charge of the schedule, and I see that you gave me 4 patients, and one has 4 hours. I don't want this 4-hour patient. I don't want this 4-hour patient. Give it to X, Y, and Z over there. And so the nurse is like, I know, but the other person over there already has 2 4-hour patients. You have 3 3.5-hour patients. So I'm giving you a 4-hour patient because the other person over there has already 3-4 hours, and the tech is like, nah, I'm not taking this, and gets all loud and nasty. And guess what? That 4-hour patient will end up going to the tech that already has 3-4 hour patients. So little stuff like that I have seen happen. Okay, and it's a crazy thing to even explain on this podcast. I'm telling you, it's a crazy thing to even explain some of the other situations that I've seen. All right, so my tips to nurses out there. All right, let me tell you my tips. Stand up for yourself. I don't care if you're new, if you're from another country working in, the unit, or even if you are a veteran nurse, meaning you have so many years under your belt and you come from another unit and you now working in a new unit. Stand up for yourself. Okay, put your foot down. Certain things you just not going to handle anymore. Not in terms of helping out others. I'm just saying in terms of attitude, in terms of negative things happening on the treatment floor. All right. So I'm sure in your unit there is a nurse in there that's not getting bullied by that particular tech or technicians. And if there is a nurse in there that has escaped that wrath, you need to really look at why it's you that's being bullied and not that other nurse. What is that other nurse doing that you're not doing? You know what I'm saying? To escape. Well, not to escape, but to really put some order in the situation. Okay? So I have seen it also where the whole unit is scared of one particular person. And then I have seen it where in a unit, right, the technician will just pick out certain people to bully. Pick out this nurse. Okay, tell this nurse to do X, Y, and Z. But then on another day that tech is working, they would never, ever say what they said to the other nurse on the other day to these nurses on this day. You know what I'm saying? So if you are in a situation where you see another nurse in the facility that's not being talked down to and bullied, you need to just figure out what that nurse is doing that's different from you. And I guarantee you it's standing up. They're standing up for themselves. They're not going to put up with the nonsense and garbage of that particular person. Okay? So, what I want to encourage you to do is, number 2, keep a paper trail with the times and dates that you ask management to do something about your situation and your complaints. Okay? So maybe you're working with someone super evil. I'm talking about evilness. Okay? They're not doing patient care. They're on an evil rampage, or you're being bullied. These are things that you do need to report to management. Hey, you know what? I don't like working with X, Y, and Z. Either they're bullying me, they're pressuring me to do X, Y, and Z things I don't want to do, or their patient care isn't good. See, guys, this is not snitching, okay? Because if the person really wanted their job, they would be doing it right. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't say, oh, this is snitching on your coworker. It's not. Okay, you need to work in an environment that's safe for you and great for the patient as well. All right, this is all about patient care, providing professional patient care, and you can't under these evil, bad, bullying circumstances. All right, so if management is not doing nothing, when you tell them, when you say, you know what, I don't want to work with this person, or, put me on another day. Management refuses, or management gives some other type of sloppy excuse. Keep a paper trail. Also keep a paper trail regarding that particular person that's giving you a problem on the job. Who wants to work like that? I don't. Number 3, if push comes to shove, you need to transfer or leave, okay? Because the thing is, you have worked very hard for your license, and your license is on the line. And if something happens to that patient, and you was there, and you could have did something about it, it could be a problem, okay? I have seen, not seen, but I have heard of lawsuits regarding nurses and techs that's working under. Techs are really working underneath the nurse's license. So bottom line, if anything goes down and you're present and you could have done something about it and you didn't, trust me, it's going to be an issue. All right. So it'll be better to leave or transfer or leave terrible clinics alone. Leave them. Okay. Resign. All right. So that concludes this podcast. And, like I said, I'm going to do a follow-up podcast, and it's going to be things CCHT technicians hate that nurses do. All right. Also check out my blog, Dialysis Technicians Worldwide.blogspot.com. I also left some links below this video to my different books on Amazon.com. You can follow me on Twitter, Facebook, as well as Periscope and Pinterest. All right. Bye.